Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful night. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. We're gonna talk about Turki Alalshikh, hypocrisy, striking yet again. Artur Beterbiev versus Deon Nicholson. Is this a charity fight or not? We're gonna get into Gary Russell Jr. pressing Lamont Roach. And then we're going to get into some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building thus far. If you could go ahead and hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? We already see a bunch of comments in the building. Shout out to the boy Calm Minded. He says, great interview with Tito, bro. You did your thing. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Did some research for that. I was well prepared. And it was a great, fluid conversation overall, man. If y'all haven't taken the chance to go see it, you know what I mean? Whoever's in the chat, if y'all could put the link there for the people to watch, that'd be very much appreciated as well. Great interview. Tito Mercado, top 140-pound contender in the division right now, looking to make his way, look his way to becoming a world champion. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't hold back. He spoke how he felt. There were some people that thought it was funny. Some people actually got irritated by what he was saying. But like I said in the interview, when you outspoken, you definitely gonna ruffle some feathers, whether you saying something positive or negative. You feel me? If you speak in your mind, somebody gonna disagree with you, and some people gonna take the emotional route. It is what it is. You feel me? I've always said on the record that I fuck with trash talk. You feel what I mean? I fuck with the trash talk. Shout out to the boy Anonymous for putting the link in the chat. Shout out to the boy Anonymous for putting the link in the chat. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. But great interview overall, man. It was a good conversation, some funny moments as well. I can't believe he told me that he said after he stopped Matiz, I'm going to be in the hospital feeding this nigga my doodles. That shit was crazy. He threw me off guard with that. Then this nigga said, and for those of y'all who don't know who my doodle is, it's like those sweet plantains, I guess, that, Hispanics be eating and shit like that. Then he gonna go say that he'll whoop Dalton Smith ass at the Wembley and make Queen Elizabeth come out her casket and cry. Like, this nigga is cutthroat. Something really wrong with that dude. He's gonna be given once he gets like to a certain level of fame, bro, he's gonna be giving his promoter all types of trouble. He gonna need some media training for sure. But great interview nonetheless, you feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Tego in the chat, you feel what I mean? Go 787, you know what I'm saying? I was getting a lot of good criticism about the interview. I feel like the only thing I had missed out on was speaking about his brother, because I really feel like that kid is going to be a huge deal in the sport of boxing in the future, you feel me? But other than that, man, I appreciate everybody that was coming through and showing they love, man. Y'all gotta let me know who y'all want to see next. Man. Like I said, for Bozy and Boots, I'm gonna have to go see them personally, and that's something that I'm sure will have to be scheduled. But y'all gotta leave y'all requests, man. I could probably I know Karma Serene was trying to help me get that David Benavidez interview. Bless you, baby. Trying to get me that David Benavidez interview and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try my best whenever he's open for availability for like interviews and stuff. I'm gonna definitely try that. You said try to get Bomac again. I could definitely try that. I got Bomac number. I could definitely hit him up. You know what I mean? Or I could just hit up Michelle. Shout out to Raging Babe, Michelle Rosado. She could definitely get that going for me as well. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But let me shout out everybody that's in the chat showing love. You feel what I mean? Calm Minded, Symbol Boxing. He says, Mazuma, what was going through your head when the stream was lagging? Were you nervous? Why the fuck would I be nervous? Shit happens, bro. Technical difficulties. We all face those situations in one way or another. Ain't no reason to be nervous. I would have to be a scary ass nigga to be, oh my God, my fucking stream is lagging. What do I do? Oh, is that what you want me to react like? It's not that serious, brother. Steer a Hook, what up? He said, yo, Mark, you seen that Keyshawn interview with Ariel Hawani? He said he was depressed and even cursed Bomac out. Oh, well, that's completely disrespectful. Keyshawn ain't got no respect, bro. Something really wrong with that dude from a mental aspect. I hope he get the help he need. You feel what I mean? Like, he said he done been checked into like mental health places and stuff like that. And he's certainly acting like he ain't got no control. He ain't got no respect. The last thing you should ever do is curse out your trainer. The fuck is wrong with you? All them sacrifices they making to make sure you in tip top shape, and you know what I mean, sacrificing time away from their families and you know, they loved ones, whatever the case is, and that's how you repay them. He don't gotta train you. He can just keep it a buck, bro. Bomac don't need none of these niggas outside of Bud. He a made nigga off Bud alone. Everything else that he decided to take on, he doing that shit off his own heart for real. He doing that shit out his own generosity and for the love of the game, or maybe he just love you. You feel me? The fact that you like motherfuckers be thinking they bigger than what they is, man. Like, I don't know, bro. Motherfuckers gotta be humble. For real. Cause he, like I said, he could just chill off Bud alone and be a made nigga. You don't fucking need your goofy ass. What is wrong with you? And they probably done, you know, fix shit behind the scenes and stuff like that. But even if that's the case, if he really cursed out Bud, I mean, not Bud, he ain't cursed Bud out. Let's say he cursed Bomac out. Like he really did that, like he said he did. Y'all make amends, and then and then you end up not fighting. So I don't even know if Bomac actually got paid for that situation. Then you fuck around and you cause a scene after the fight, and they were saying Bomac and them niggas was apologizing to Nair Albright and them. Like, bro, you are a fucking embarrassment, bro. You really like an embarrassment. Like, what's wrong with you? I don't know why you be hating on Devin Haney and Bill so much, nigga. You need a Bill in your life. You need a father, cuz, because the way you act, I can tell you never had one. Motherfucker was on live talking about a father. We don't even know what that is, nigga. I could tell you fucking soft ass nigga, emotional ass nigga. We don't even know what that is. I could tell exactly who raised you, nigga. Need to slow the fuck down. You need to be thanking everybody that's a part of your boxing career. Because if you wasn't in boxing, niggas would have probably did something to you a long time ago. And that's some real shit. But anyways, let me see. Who else? R3. He said you could tell that Tito is a menace in those Call of Duty lobbies back then. Yeah, you could tell he was getting like, how long they ban you for it? They do permanent bans. I remember they banned me for like a week one time. I remember one time they banned me on Xbox 360 because I put a rap quote in my bio that had a curse word in it. Somebody reported me. I got banned for a week. I couldn't go online for a week. Like, weird, crazy shit. My girl is a gamer as well. She got hacked. But you ever got banned though? Yeah, niggas get banned every day, B. Some of the most craziest shit I ever heard about myself was in those motherfucking Call of Duty chats. I remember the one time, I ain't gonna say the word, obviously, out of respect for my people, but I remember the one time they sent little white kid, he had to be like 10, 11 years old, and at the time I was probably like 16, 17. He going crazy. Like, you could tell his parents not at home or something. Like, he just was letting that shit go. N-word this, N-word that. Bro, we got in a private lobby and I smoked him. And he was like, he said, well, you're an N-word at the end of the day, so who's really winning? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, and then he just logged off. I never seen that kid again. I was like, God damn. Like, these I beat him, and that's what he responded with. So you're an N-word, so who's really winning? I'm like, what? Yo, that little motherfucker, that little young boy name was probably Doyle or some shit like that. He just wilding in the chat. Ralph, what up? Coffee playing Great Gambino, what up? But anyways, let's get into this boxing talk, man, because this is some shit that I just feel like I need to discuss. You know what I mean? Not out of defense for Boots or anything, but simply out of the hypocrisy of Turki Alalshikh, man. We got to talk about this. And just as a discretion, before I get into this conversation, I'm not gonna call Deon Nicholson a bum because I personally never seen the dude fight. I really don't know too much about him, to be honest with you. But one thing I do know is that we never requested Artur Beterbiev to fight him. You see what I'm saying? And I understand that the trilogy is not going to be happening until next year between Beterbiev and Bivol and all that stuff, and they're going to be doing it in Russia. That's going to be out of Turki Alalshikh's hands and, things of that nature. But from the rumors that I'm hearing, I don't know if this is confirmed. Y'all let me know if this is confirmed. But Artur Beterbiev is set to make his return to the David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde undercard November 22nd against Deon Nicholson. Deon Nicholson, 22-1, actually got stopped in that one loss that he got, but he also has 18 knockouts. So just based off of the record alone, without seeing the names, it looks like he got some pop. You know what I'm saying? And it almost looks like, either he going to clip you or you going to clip him, just based off of his record, because he got a lot of knockouts. He's only went the distance 4 times out of the 23 fights that he has. So, yeah, that's what I gather from him. I heard that he's a part of Deontay Wilder's team. I don't know too much about the guy outside of that. However, I could guarantee that nobody outside of Deon Nicholson and his team have ever demanded him to face Artur Beterbiev. Nobody in the boxing world requested this fight whatsoever. And I'm not saying that Deon Nicholson is a tune-up, because that would be unfair of me to say at this particular time, considering the fact that I've never seen him fight. However, considering the fact that nobody has ever requested for this fight, I think it is safe to say that this is a charity bout, y'all. This is a charity bout. Remember when Turki Alalshikh got on that live and he attempted to put some dirt on Jaron Ennis's name by saying that, oh, he was requesting a tune-up, and I'm not a charity, so you can go do that charity fight with Eddie Hearn, and then you could get back to me when you want to make the real fights happen. Okay, cool. Shout out to YSM Sports Media in the building. What up, brother? I'm like, all right, cool. That's your prerogative. That you in control of that money. You get to decide who's on the card. It is what it is. But I started thinking back on some fights that I knew for sure, if they weren't tune-up fights, it was definitely set up in a way. And I brought up this example multiple times outside of this situation right here. For one, Turki Alalshikh attempted to use Joseph Parker as a tune-up for Deontay Wilder. That shit backfired, but the fact still remains. Turki Alalshikh was under the impression that Deontay Wilder was going to defeat Joseph Parker. On that same card, you gave Anthony Joshua a tune-up fight with Otto Wallen, right? You was assuming that both of these guys, and he said that he only did tune-up fights for guys because they was coming off of a loss and shit like that. So he said that he had to give, I forgot what fighter he was talking about, but he said, I only gave them this fight because, they're coming off of a loss. We don't want them to go into a fight going into a big fight off of a loss. Deontay Wilder came off of a win. Anthony Joshua came off of a win. You still gave him tune-ups. So that's a contradictory statement right there in itself. Cool. This is somebody who put money up for Anthony Joshua to face Francis Ngannou. And I know that there was some hype around the fact that, Francis Ngannou gave Tyson Fury work and he may possibly, and he could punch it. Bro, the reality of that whole situation is Francis Ngannou never had a professional fight outside of Tyson Fury. He was about to go in there with a 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, who has a pretty solid resume when you look through his shit. Francis Ngannou was a cakewalk in comparison to what he done been through. You know what I'm saying? So, and then let's not act like, Turki Alalshikh wasn't attempting to make Rolly Romero a tune-up for Ryan Garcia. Turki was so sure Rolly was going to be a tune-up for Ryan. You know what I'm saying? And he used Jose Ramirez as a tune-up for Devin Haney so that when both of these guys could win, they could rematch each other later in the year, right? That backfired. Turki Alalshikh has voluntarily done tune-ups for motherfuckers that he actually likes or prefers to have on his cards. So Here's another example of that, y'all. And I would love for somebody to come up on this channel right now and tell me that, and listen, like I said, I'm not going to call Deon Nicholson no bum. I've never seen the dude fight. But like I said, nobody has ever requested for this fight. Artur Beterbiev, despite coming off of a loss from Dmitry Bivol in his last fight, he's still a top light heavyweight in the division. You feel what I'm saying? So the fact that you are willing to make a fight with Deon Nicholson, when on paper this could be perceived as a tune-up fight or a stay busy fight for Artur Beterbiev, you are a hypocrite for doing this when making those previous statements that you're not a charity. Look like you just giving money away, nigga. I'm gonna just keep it 1,000 with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you could sit here and say that you're not a charity, but you putting on these type of fights. Also, you must love, you must be donating a lot of money to the Anthony Joshua Foundation, the motherfucking charity that Anthony Joshua got going on, because you was talking about making Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. And I just seen a report yesterday or the day before talking about there's a 50-50 chance that fight happens. And Turki Alalshikh want to make a joke out of it, talking about he's going to make this fight happen just because he wants to get rid of Jake Paul. Okay, so you're willing to make tune-up fights just so you could see a nigga lose or you could get rid of a nigga. Okay, so based off of what you said, you are a charity, but only under certain circumstances. That's what it sounds like to me, man. I definitely had to bring out the hypocrisy in Turki Alalshikh, man. Listen, he's done some great things for boxing. I'm not like this anti-Turki Alalshikh channel. I actually like the things that he's done in boxing, and I feel like without him, a lot of these fights will either still be held up or not happening at all. But at the same time, I could give a fuck how much money you pumping into the sport. I could give a fuck how much motherfuckers be glazing you and bigging you up and all this crazy shit like that, bro. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And when you on bullshit, regardless of who you are, I'm gonna call it out. You feel what I mean? So I just find it so funny that you went out of your way on a big platform on YouTube to attempt to shit on Jaron Ennis for wanting a tune-up fight or at least a warm-up fight to get into a new division that he's never been in. No, he hasn't even moved up a division in general. You feel what I'm saying? So he wants to take and 147 and 154, that's a big jump. 8-ounce to 10-ounce gloves. These guys is bigger, stronger, more punch resistance traditionally. This is a totally different world he about to step into. So of course he wants to test the waters and see what is hitting for before he goes into these big fights. Somehow something about it just throws Turki Alalshikh off, and he wants nothing to do with Jaron Ennis's 154-pound debut. Cool. I've also seen Turki Alalshikh historically fuck up fights because he could have easily made or at least attempt to make Canelo versus David Benavidez. Y'all remember when they first was talking about that fight and Turki said that he was not interested. He wasn't interested in making Benavidez and Canelo. Now all of a sudden he changed his tune up a little bit, saying he's going to try to make the fight. But I remember he wasn't interested in making that fight happen. You see what I'm saying? Then, you know, Beterbiev and Bivol, who people thought Bivol won both fights, there was an opportunity for Benavidez and Bivol to face each other for undisputed, right? What Turki Alalshikh do? I'm not interested in that fight. I want to make a trilogy with Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Then you go on the Boxing Voice and say how you didn't want to make the trilogy, but you had to stick by your word. Man, you are that guy is full of shit, bro. You full of shit, cuz. You play, man, you can make it seem like you like this big boxing fan and you listen to you tapped in with the fans, and bro, you made some good fights, but you also are against some of the biggest fights that could happen in the sport of boxing. You sitting here telling us that you're not interested in making Joseph Parker versus Usyk. You probably mad at Joseph Parker because he packed up a couple niggas that you fuck with. He fucked up that Deontay Wilder fight for you that you was trying to make with Anthony Joshua. Then he fuck around and clip your boy, the nigga that be dirty whining in them boxing gyms with that big ass belly. You know what I'm saying? He putting a hand up like this and he's shaking his shit in the motherfucking in the boxing gym when he should be training. He knocked that nigga the fuck out. That's supposedly your man's, right? And he beat both of them guys back to back, along with Julie Zhang. He came off of the canvas twice in defeat. And you telling me he not deserving of a Usyk opportunity, but Moses Atama is? Shit is insane, bro. Turki Alalshikh, there's pros and cons to him, just like everybody else in the sport of boxing. But we can't sit here and act like this dude ain't got his favorites. We ain't gonna sit here and act like he's really like big on what's good for the sport of boxing, because the reality is he only really give a fuck about the guys that he has a particular interest in. You feel me? That's just what I've been observing. I'm not blowing smoke or none of that. I'm telling you what he has done historically, and based off of what he's done historically, what you can make out of it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I really got to say about that, man. Motherfucker don't do charity work for Boots. He'd rather do charity work for Anthony Joshua, motherfucking Ryan Garcia, motherfuckers like that. You feel me? So I don't know, man. It is what it is. Shout out to the boy Ralph in the building. Wait, hold up. J Cash said Bacoli, King Dirty Wine. Yeah, he definitely be dirty whining. Fat motherfucker. The fat vegetarian. Ralph says, remember he said if Dubois would have beat Usyk, he would have done Dubois versus Klitschko? Yeah, as if we ever asked for that. What is we even talking about? Vladimir Klitschko, bro? Ain't Vladimir Klitschko, the motherfucker ain't fight since like AJ stopped him? He ain't fight since AJ stopped him. How long ago was that? That's when AJ was like the new guy on the block. He a seasoned vet at this point. Like, huh? Who wants to see that? It just let me know that he got his preferences. He got these. Like, he don't care about what boxing fans want. He gives a fuck about what he wants. That's the difference. You got a shit ton of money. You know what I mean? You could if you really push, you could probably make any fight happen in the sport of boxing with the snap of a finger. But you such a spoiled child that you put your interests first before the people that actually make boxing what it is, which is the fans. Boxing ain't shit without the fans. I know everybody wants to make you feel otherwise. Oh, boxing fans fickle. Yeah, boxing fans are fickle. You know what I mean? They can switch up on you. A lot of these niggas fake, but they are the heartbeat behind this boxing shit. If there's no fans involved, boxing not here. Boxing is not here. Boxing is not boxing without fans. You know, before Turki Alalshikh came in and just started giving niggas blank checks and shit like that, you needed to have a fan base in order to get paid. You had to sell tickets in order to get paid. To strengthen your value at the negotiation table, you had to show the fan base that you had. You know what I'm saying? But I guess with Turki Alalshikh, he really don't care. And Turki Alalshikh is slowly but surely, and I've heard them say that he's pro fighter, but Turki's about to be collabing with dudes that's gonna be going against the rights of boxers and trying to dethrone the Ali Act and really put fighters' careers in jeopardy. So these are things that we got to take into consideration. Is he really pro-boxing, or is he pro-Riyadh and willing to work with anybody that could bring tourists to Riyadh? Something we got to think about. Is he pro-boxing or is he pro-Riyadh? Got to really think about it. He finessed his way with his bread. Boxing is so corrupt that if you got a big bag, motherfuckers fall to your feet and kiss them motherfuckers, bro. They be kissing Turkey feet like a motherfucker. They be on him. They call this nigga the man of the decade. He ain't even been in box. Then they give him like the man of the decade award or some shit. Like, he ain't even been in boxing for a decade. Not consistently. That's all he had to do was put some bread up and have these promoters get some percentages and shit like that. Yeah, excellent. I ain't calling that nigga that. I promise you I ain't calling him that. I remember when I was first saying, I was like, His Excellency, His Excellency, Then I really thought about it. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to keep calling that nigga that shit. Nigga, your name is Turkey, nigga. fuck is we even talking about? I really sat back and thought about it. I'm like, why I keep calling this nigga His Excellency? I started to think that was part of his fucking name. I was like, yo, is that like part of his name? Like, you know how like eventually Marvin Hagler included Marvelous in his name, like legally, that's his name. Started off as a nickname, but he legally made Marvelous Marvin Hagler like a part of his name. I started to think His Excellency was part of his name. Whole time these niggas just dick eating. Yeah, bro. I remember, I never paid attention because I would hear everybody say it, so I just copied and pasted it. Cause they they would never just say Turkey. So I'm thinking like that's part of his name. That's his label. Then I'm like, hold up. Oh, I'm not on this type time with you, cuz nigga, your name is Turkey, nigga. What is we talking about? That's 22. He said, you think Boots don't fuck with him like that because his name Turkey? That's fucking hilarious. No, I'm sure Boots is willing to work with him because Boots actually was talking to Turkey and them. And if y'all watch my old video, three reasons why Boots signing with Matchroom was a great move. I said that because Eddie Hearn and Turki Alalshikh got a good business relationship. And from there, you know, Jaron Ennis could make some big fights happen with Riyadh season and get the fights that he ultimately wants because money's not going to be an issue in that situation. So I'm sure Boots was optimistic about fighting on a Turki Alalshikh card, but he Turki Alalshikh don't like motherfuckers having their own input. He dropped his money on the table like, yo, here, boom. Right? And motherfuckers will get all big eyed about the cash and be like, whatever you say, Turkey, you know, I'll do whatever you say. As long as I can just get the money, I'll do whatever you say. And he's like, yeah, good boy. Now, this is who we gonna have you fight, nigga. Boo's like, yeah, I want to work with you, but, you know what I mean? I'm trying to go this direction. Turki Alalshikh don't like motherfuckers speaking for themselves or going against what he wants. You feel me? So he come across as like this dude who's pro fighter, but the only way you could say he pro fighter is based off of the money that he gives you. If he's truly pro fighter, he cares about your career trajectory. You know what I mean? Where you plan to be in 5 years. You know what I mean? If you want to go for undisputed and stuff like that. If he was really pro fighter, he would be a huge fan of a Beterbiev. He would be a huge fan of Boots because what both of those guys have in common is that they're trying to be the only champion in their division, or at least attempted to, and want to fight all the best guys. But I guess, you know what I mean? Turki Alalshikh more interested in bringing Vitaly Klitschko back from the morgue to go get some shit popping with Daniel Dubois. Boots wants another tune-up. What you mean another? What was the first tune-up, Hassan? And Hassan, I never made that assumption, brother. I never made that assumption. So we're going to adjust this first one that Hassan said right here. He says, so you guys really think Turkey going to go from paying fighters millions per fight to 100K per fight because of Dana? Laugh out loud, shaking my head. Bro, ain't nobody ever say that. Did I jump? I said that Turki Alalshikh is going to be dealing with dudes who have stated in the past that they would like to make some type of modifications into the Muhammad Ali Act. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? I'm not the only one that has spoken on this. There's articles that you can go look at right now, and they break it down to you. You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't even speak about specifics in terms of money. You said Boots want another tune-up. Okay, you saying another tune-up as if he already did one. So what I'm going to ask you is, what was the other tune-up? Are we going to say that Amantis Stanionis is a tune-up? Is that what we're really going to say? Because if that's the case, I didn't know that you could be a world champion in a division, do a unification fight, and then you say that he's a tune-up. No, brother, I'm just going off what you said, Hassan. You said he wants another tune-up. So if you're saying another tune-up, that sounds plural to me. So who is the other tune-up? Who was the first tune-up? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You can't say Karen was a tune-up because that was a mandatory. You can't say David Evanesian was a tune-up because he had to come in last minute to replace Cody Crowley. So I'm going to pose the question, who was the other tune-up? And you say he wants to fight Josh Kelly. He sent Josh Kelly an offer. He sent multiple people an offer. Charles Conwell. He sent Josh Kelly one. He sent Rashidi Ellis one. He sent a few different people offers. And like I said, Karen was not a tune-up. He was a mandatory challenger for the IBF. So now mandatory challengers are tune-ups. Do you know that if Boots didn't fight Karen, they would have stripped Boots of his title when he was looking to unify the division? He had no choice, brother. What is we talking about? Was that a fight that we wanted? No, but we didn't want Canelo versus William Skull either. But guess what? The IBF mandated it. And although Canelo was pretty much gave up the title, he had to run it back with William Skull just to become undisputed again. It's a huge difference between a tune-up and a mandatory, bro. A tune-up is like when you voluntarily choose to fight somebody just so you could, get active. Even if it's not the most competitive fight, you know what I mean? It's a warm-up fight. You know what I mean? You trying to stay active. What Joe Louis used to do, like a bum of the month tour or some shit like that? That type time. But when a sanctioning body, when you're a world champion and a sanctioning body is like, yo, this who we mandating you to face. This is our number one contender. You got X many days. You got an X amount of days to make this fight happen. And if you don't, we're gonna go to a purse bid. If you choose not to fight him, we will strip you of your title. That don't sound like a tune-up to me. That sounds like you ain't got no choice. If you want to remain champion type of fight to me, let me know. The mindless consumer said, I hear Uncle Roger. That's funny. Hassan says, but now he does have a choice, right? I mean, his options are only as great as the motherfuckers who willing to accept the fight. Right? Hassan, what do you suggest he do? Chris Maldonado, what up? What you suggest he do? Let's hear what you got to say. Because it sounds like you got all the answers, brother. So, what's Boo supposed to do? Because I ain't hear y'all had these requirements for Virgil Ortiz when he moved up to 54. I ain't hear that at all. I ain't hear y'all criticizing Richardson Hitchens for winning a world title and then fighting Kambosos after the fact. I ain't hear none of y'all jumping out the woodworks to do that. Y'all ain't criticize world champions for taking tune-ups, but y'all gonna criticize a motherfucker who just moving into the division for getting the tune-up. I don't understand. Fight Virgil Ortiz. Okay. What's going on with Virgil Ortiz right now? What's going on with Virgil Ortiz right now, brother? Then they try to make. Let's pull this up. Look at this. Do you remember, brother, back when Jaron Ennis tried to make the fight happen in August? Do you remember that? And let's keep it 1,000. Y'all think Virgil Ortiz gonna fight somebody dangerous coming off of a hand injury? Y'all tell me. Coming off of a hand injury, do y'all think Virgil Ortiz is gonna fight somebody dangerous in the division? I'm just saying, y'all didn't give Virgil Ortiz all that smoke when he came up to 54. He took multiple tune-ups before he went to 54. So what's the situation with that? Because when he went up to 54, he fought what? Frederick Lawson, Thomas Delorme, somebody that Boots had beat previously. Thomas Delorme, somebody who best years was probably at 140 pounds. Now he's facing him at 154. Do y'all ever, like, what is we talking about? I'm just saying, like, if y'all have your opinion about Boots, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that at all. However, if y'all gonna have that energy for Boots, y'all gotta keep that consistent all around the board. Hassan says, brother, I'm a Boots fan. I just want to see him fight top fighters with no excuses, not asking much. Bro, I understand that. And like I said, I've stated on the record on multiple occasions that I don't want to see a Boots versus Josh Kelly. I don't want to see Boots versus who is the other guy? It was a few different offers. We spoke about it the day before yesterday, right? Not really satisfied with neither one of those opponents. However, I do understand, and I've seen it happen traditionally at this point, that when you go up into a new weight class, you in unfamiliar territory, you want to get your feet, you want to get settled into the division. You want to know what the division is hitting for before you take on the top competition. You see what I'm saying? Like I gave y'all the biggest example that I always go to outside of Virgil Ortiz fighting Frederick Lawson and Thomas Delorme. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward. Andre Ward took multiple fights. He took 3 fights before he fought Sergey Kovalev. And his first move up, Andre Ward was a career 168. They made him, HBO wanted him to move up to 175. So what did Andre Ward do? The smart thing. It was his first time moving up a weight class in the pros. He wanted to know 175, what it was hitting for, how his body was going to react to the additional weight. He wanted to acclimate to the weight class. So what did he do? Took those 3 fights, got acclimated to the division. Then he went and he faced Sergey Kovalev. So what is we talking about? Mastermind, what up, bro? I hope you're doing all right, brother. I ain't gonna lie, Mastermind. Ever since that conversation we had on the last live, talking about your situation, it stuck to my mind a little bit, brother. I hope you all right. You know what I mean? Stanionis wasn't called a bad fighter until he fought Boots. Facts. I remember the whole lead up to the fight. People was talking about, man, Stanionis, man, he's strong, man. If he hits, Boots get hit a lot, man. If Stanionis hit him, he could finish Boots, man. He might stop Boots. Bro, I remember niggas in my chat going crazy talking about what Stanionis gonna do to Boots. But y'all always move the goalposts when it's a fighter y'all don't like, just like Turki. Turki will do them charity bouts for whoever, but when it comes to Boots, oh no, I ain't a charity. And then when Boots came in looking like Skeletor against Stanionis, oh man, he need to move up, man. Man. And I remember before the Stanionis fight, they was telling Boots to move up because he can't get no big fights in the division. But as soon as he lead the division, oh man, you should have stood, man. You ducked Brian Norman, man. Man, you ducked Brian Norman. You can't. And when the whole time we knew that was bullshit. Yo, this dude Mastermind, bro. Just took some dog food. I'm about to get on Madden. This dude, he ain't got no shame. Let me see. Hassan, hold on. If he ain't gonna fight Ortiz, then we want to see the Fundora fight. You talking about Hassan? Where was your criticism when Fundora, who's been at 154 his whole career and as a current world champion there, pretty much requested a rehydration clause on Xander Zayas, who's younger than Sebastian Fundora and also been at the weight class for a smaller amount of time than Sebastian Fundora. I'll send you the link. Mastermind. Why not? Let's do it, brother. We on StreamYard now. Just don't be coming over here and talking that crazy shit. That's nice. It do. It do. You did great. So what, you just gonna keep it there until she come? Or no? You don't just keep them? Or you do them all over again? You can't just glue it on? Oh, I don't know nothing about that shit. My fault. Yeah, I don't be knowing nothing about this nail tech shit my girl be doing. He said he like what he likes. Shit, I can tell. Hassan, when has anybody ever been happy with a tune-up? That's not what we saying. We not justifying the tune-up, but at the same time, we understand the tune-up. Shout out to my boy Ralph in the building. He says, wanting a rehydration clause on a 22-year-old who hasn't really fought top competition yet is crazy. Fundora been moving scary since he won that belt. Off the rip, soon as he beat Tim Tszyu, his team been having him on some type of protection program, bro. I remember Terrence was like, oh, yeah, you got them. Oh, you got them 2 belts. Oh, yeah, we need that. Oh, we need that. Oh, no, Sebastian's out. You know what I mean? He's going to be out. He broke his nose. And Sebastian Fundora came out after. He was talking about, no, I ain't had none of that. Like, huh? Remember that shit clear as day. Went against what his team said. I'm like, oh, so they purposely just got Fundora to get away from Terrence Crawford just so he won't fight him. Yo.
Hey, what up, brother?
What's going on?
Oh, chilling, man. I was listening to that good old boxing, man. You talking about Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah, what about him? What you thinking, man?
Hey, man, I like Virgil Ortiz. I picked him to beat Mayweather. That's how retarded I am, sir. No shame in my game. Like you said, I admit the dumb shit I did. I picked Virgil Ortiz to beat Money Mayweather. I thought the young lad had it. I was wrong. I guess. What's up, man?
Say that again. What was that you just said?
I said, who did you pick, man, on Virgil and Mayweather?
No. Before we had that disconnect, can you say what you said again about Virgil?
Oh yeah, I picked him to beat Money Mayweather.
You talking about Floyd Schofield, brother?
I got you. I see where you go. Listen, brother, I'm an honest guy, man. I'm not a guy that make picks and then be like, nah, I didn't pick it. Have you ever made a pick and was wrong? Because you acting like you 100% on picking fights or something. That's how you acting.
No, I'm not.
Have you ever picked against Mayweather in your career?
No.
Okay, well, a lot of people lost fights. He just one that has it. So I'm not that crazy to pick against him. He not like a superhuman or something. He just normal like the rest of us. He won the fight. Knockout in the 4th. I lost my money. But
Huh?
you making it a big deal, like, hey, you think I'm the only person that bet on Virgil in
Who
the world?
knocked out in the 4th round? What are you talking about, brother?
Virgil Ortiz got knocked out by Floyd in the 4th. Remember?
Victor Ortiz.
Oh,
Babe, come rub my ears. Come rub my ears. Give me the. I need a woo side in this motherfucker. Mastermind.
Mazuma, why you doing me like this, brother? You know I'm a little older, man. I'm a little older. Took a few punches in the head, man. I'm not all the way there. You know my situation. Don't treat the brother bad. We all make mistakes.
I don't think it's punches, brother. I think it's those jabs.
It's so jam. I want to see the track on my arm. Look at the track on my arm. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, man. But far as this boxing, you still rolling with Crawford, right? You going with Terrence Crawford in the big fight?
With Canelo?
Yes. Or it's too difficult.
I'm rooting for him.
That means your brain is picking Canelo, your heart is rooting for him. if you had, we gonna bet a whole paycheck on it. A paycheck. We ain't gonna bet your life on it.
How much is a paycheck, brother?
It's one of your paychecks, or a YouTube check, something that you care about.
With you?
Hell no, I ain't betting. I'm with you. I feel like you.
About me.
But if I had to bet my freedom, let's say freedom, 5 years in prison, I probably would bet Canelo Alvarez. If my freedom was on the line, if your freedom was on the line for 5 years in the penitentiary in your state, home state, which is a fucked up state, who would you bet on?
And I can't go to jail, man. I'm too pretty for that shit.
Canelo is Mazuma pick. If his freedom on the line, he said, I ain't going to jail. I got kids. I got my baby out here.
Oh shit.
Hey, that's the best way to bet. Hey, that's the best way to ask somebody now. If you was going to jail for 5 years, who you picking? Like you said, we rooting for. Only reason we rooting for Crawford because he black. I love Crawford. He one of the best black fighters I ever seen, especially today. And Canelo, one of the best Mexican fighters I ever seen. But he's not better than Oscar De La Hoya.
Why you say
but
that?
I want to please tell me, how do you avoid those master uppercuts that Canelo? I'm worried about the uppercuts, sir. Your thoughts?
Well, he seemed like he catch people with uppercuts when they overcommit. I feel like the uppercut really won't be on display if Bud isn't on the ropes, leaning over, and if Bud keeps his range with that reach that he got, that uppercut damn near gonna be non-existent. You know what I mean? Because the only way that uppercut is gonna be a real tool is if, for one, Bud is like, you know what I mean, on the ropes or whatever the case is, or he's sitting on the inside with Canelo, you know what I mean, leaned over, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way I can see the uppercut being a major key. But if somebody's keeping you at distance behind their lead hand, how you gonna get that uppercut off? You know what I mean? If you throwing an uppercut from far away, you asking to get countered. So if Bud really wants to take that uppercut away from Canelo, which I'm sure he would want to, he needs to make this a long range type of fight, not a close inside type of fight. Because when you watch Bud, when Bud is on the inside and stuff like that, his defense ain't the sharpest. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't see that.
I think we should prepare. You know, you being a boxing historian and me too. I think we should prepare for pain. You know, the pain we had when we lost Ali, when he lost his first fight. The pain we lost when Mike Tyson lost his first fight.
You was around for that, Mastermind? You was around for that? For Ali?
Yeah. You know, I've been here since '76, sir. Since Sugar Ray Leonard won the gold medal, sir.
Woo. How much boxing knowledge you got, Mastermind? How long? How long?
I go back to Joe Louis against Rocky Marciano. Go from there and then up. Jack Johnson, I did a little research, but I'm not as good with those guys as Rocky, 50s. So go to my parents' birth, 51. And today's my dad's birthday. He turned 74, Mazuma.
Happy birthday to the OG, man.
We got longevity. I told him I was proud of him. Look what he made. You looking at him. Hey, man, I appreciate it. But listen, sir, what you doing over there, and you in Philly, right? What you doing in Philly with your family is great. I see integrity. I see honor. And I see compassion. And I want you to just keep up this good work with this boxing stuff because you know how it's done. You around a lot of we lost Gilly. We lost Gilly's son, and that hurt. And we just Gilly's son.
Oh, Gilly's son, yeah.
His name was Cheese.
Yeah.
And so we praying for you over here. I'm in Cincinnati. We dealing with homicides like that, but the prayers still work.
Cincinnati. I heard about Cincinnati.
The slap. It was another slap. Part 2. Will Smith, Fresh Prince. We on the news for slapping the white lady and all that.
Word?
Yes. We all melee. We melee. But
that's where Broner's from, right?
Yes, AB is from there. He's the greatest marketing boxing guy from Cincinnati ever. Best marketer. He took a piece of Mayweather and was better than Mayweather at marketing. He just wasn't better at boxing.
Floyd was a hell of a marketer, though. Like, especially early on in his career, I feel like Adrian Broner was probably a better shit talker. I think there's a difference. I thought that Floyd actually used like his marketing tools to be on Dancing with the Stars and WWE. Like he was able to do multiple things to get boxing fans to get those fans to transition over to boxing and make himself a household name. I thought Broner was pretty well known, but it's a difference between being well known and being a household name. You feel what I'm saying? I think Floyd got to the status where like even the old people who not even tuned into TV know who he is. You know what I mean? I think Broner is well known, especially amongst like my generation and stuff, but like not amongst like everybody else. I think Floyd is known globally.
But remember what saved
Floyd an icon. I think Broner is like well known, but like Floyd an icon. It's like a difference.
Yes, sir. And your marketing techniques that you speak of, Dancing with the Stars, that's money. I think Pretty Boy Mayweather was not a great marketer. I think he was corny. You remember he was throwing the money. Look, Goofy, you could have got him on the song.
AB was flushing money down the toilet. You remember that?
Yeah, that's corny as hell. Ain't nobody. I still don't respect. I ain't respect it then, and I don't respect it now, sir. I will never respect flushing money down the toilet, and I do flush money down the toilet because I go to the casino and play craps. Same thing. But at least I got a chance on the gamble. I mean, I might, but if it goes, but okay, Money Mayweather. I want you to understand, sir. He's a great marketer. Floyd, he's a great fighter. So AB used the same blueprint that Floyd used as far as fighting. Remember, Floyd got saved because he couldn't fight the people he wanted when he wanted to fight them. He was trying to push his career too fast, where he probably would have lost. I would have took De La Hoya over Mayweather when Mayweather first wanted to fight him, Mazuma. That's how I feel. He's too small. He's 135, and this man 147. What you just going? He would have jumped up just like Crawford to get that money.
Hey, what you think about Adrian Broner saying he gonna commit the next 4 to 5 years of his career just worried about boxing? What you think about that?
Big mistake. I mean, if maybe an analyst, go to school and be a boxing analyst, boxing podcast, yes. But you did what you did. It's over, Tom Brady. It's over, Drew Brees. You're just out of the game, and I've been seeing it for a long time. The only guy I seen rebound from devastating losses was Manny Pacquiao. He's the best I ever seen at rebounding from KO losses, ever. This is facts, Mazuma. Your thoughts?
I like your take with the Pacquiao one. He might have like the greatest comeback coming up with a knockout loss though, because when he got stopped by this nigga crazy. When he got stopped by Marquez, everybody thought Pacquiao was cooked. Pacquiao came back like nothing happened, and he was still able to get that Floyd fight. Because I remember everybody thought that Floyd fight was down the drain.
Because listen, Mazuma, I need to tell you a wise man's story. This is an old gray hair to a young man father. Okay, when I was young, I was a hell of a ball player, right? I could box, man. As far as baseball, I could box. But the guys I was boxing, Mazuma, I had one Foreman and one Roy Jones. So I was getting my ass whooped. But they did make me decent. You see what I'm saying? I had a cousin that was George Foreman, too big for me, and an athlete, basketball dude, too quick, everything. But it did make me decent. So in baseball, I'm cold, right? With the defense, boom, average offense. But playing around, I did that one. I used to just snatch the ball, whap, like that. I mistimed the Mazuma, caught me right in the nose, right? And like a boxer, I became gunshot. Like what you see when you training people, I became that. And then I seen it, this happened at like 13, 14. So I seen it in boxing. Like, oh, he got what I got. He not the same. Remember, I never could be the same guy. And that's because when you do get fucked up like that, you have to get right back out there, Mazuma. If you get right back out there, the fear won't set in. Remember, the fear sets in from staying out so long. Pacquiao must have started back fighting that night. Give me your thoughts, trainer. Give me your thoughts, because I think that's what it is. Do you think that's why did I not be the same ball player I was after I got hit in the nose, Mazuma? You talk to me, boxing trainer.
How about you tell me why you think it's a big mistake for Broner to come back? We was talking about that, brother.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he has lost, just like I just told you, he lost it. Once you gunshot, once Madonna hit him way back then, the fire, the reflexes, he don't have the confidence in it no more. That's why you have to let your hands go. Let your hands go. Nigga, I ain't letting shit go. I'm making sure he don't crack me in my chin. I will give you the boxing lesson, Mazuma. You're the trainer.
Man, yo, listen, I honestly agree with what you said about Broner. I can't even lie to you. That's that's facts, bro. I do think the Maidana fight kind of ruined him in a sense, but what a lot of people don't talk about was that sparring session he had with Earl Spence. A lot of people don't talk about that, but I think that was what really damaged Broner. I think maybe Maidana was the icing on the cake in that situation. But I recall the time where there was this rumor going around that Earl Spence had knocked Broner out in sparring. And at that time, that's when Earl Spence was beating everybody ass in the gym. Because before he became world champion, he was known for beating up on, giving Floyd a black eye and, giving Floyd good work when he got out of jail to face Robert Guerrero. And stuff like that. So apparently they said that Broner had gotten hit with a good shot from Earl Spence in sparring, had him knocked out on his feet, whatever the case was. And I think Earl done, that's when he started to, question his ability to take a shot. Now, somebody gonna have to do some research for me to see it, or I'll just do the research myself if that sparring session happened before or after Maidana, because that'll ultimately
before. I'm a historian. Before.
You a historian. Let me actually.
I know it's before. I mean, I know it's before, but to make context of what you're saying, it has to be right before. But it was 2-3 years before, so it really don't have context. He was still good. That didn't have an effect on him.
They saying this is 12 years ago.
He just got rocked like Devin Haney. He didn't get knocked out. He got rocked and wobbled. He didn't get dropped. He was out on his feet, like you said, sir. You know I'm in Cincinnati. I seen it.
Yeah.
No, I ain't see it. I'm just talking shit, but still.
No, I'm trying to see which one. Let me see. 12 years ago. Yeah, so whatever the case is, it was around the same time. So they said Earl Spence had Broner knocked out on his feet and stuff like that. And ever since then, it was hard for him to come back into that, come back into the mix and, be offensive because he was always worried about what was coming back. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, Broner has embarrassed himself a whole lot. I think outside of him being gun shy, you know what I mean? He been doing a whole lot of partying. He's a self-admitted alcoholic. And alcohol is no good for the sport of boxing. You see what I'm saying? That does everything that could really. Alcohol is the worst thing that you could put in your body as a boxer. Slows down your reflexes. You know what I mean? It puts weight on you that's hard to get off. You know what I mean? It ages your body significantly, especially if you drink a whole lot of it. So it's just terrible for boxers. And Adrian Broner has admitted that for camps he would cut liquor out cold turkey and he would have the shakes for 2 weeks.
Wow, alcoholic.
Yeah, so if you're having the shakes when you cut liquor out your system, that means that your body is reliant on that substance.
But but I really, Mazuma, we need to really hone in on AB because he took his career like 50 Cent, like Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd, but Floyd couldn't fight him. Maybe they protect Oscar or they protected Floyd, whoever. It worked out. But he went after the best. Remember, they was not suggesting Maidana. You don't go from the softest punching welterweight to the hardest punching welterweight, sir. You have to use logic and reasoning in this, sir. This is boxing. You could die in there, Mazuma. So you don't go in there with guy with missiles. Missiles. Penitentiary missiles, man. He hit you with an uppercut. He can knock your head off. You don't go in there. You don't go in there after fighting Paulie Malignaggi. The softest one. They said this man could have a running start and not knock over a glass of water. And Nazim Richardson said that, man.
Oh, shit. Yo. That's hilarious. You know, it's so funny. I had Nazim Richardson's son he been at my gym every day lately. Tiger.
Ask him about it when you see him.
I see him every day.
Say, man, your daddy said Paulie Malignaggi can't knock off a glass of water with a running start. I never heard that kind of punching power. That means, and Nazim Richardson really saying that he one of the greatest boxers that ever lived if he had power. That's what he said too. He said that boy ain't got no power, but he's successful. But if he had power, he would be one of the greatest boxers ever. That's how good he was with that lack of power. Do you get what he's saying?
He said Paulie wasn't no Maidana. Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's what Mastermind was saying, though. He said you can't go from the softest puncher in Paulie, then go to one of the hardest punches in Maidana. That makes sense.
Oh, they couldn't comprehend that. They tried to think I was stupid when they was the ridiculous one. Laugh at them. Oh, hey, he's not Maidana. No shit, Sherlock. That's what I'm saying, buddy. But yeah. That's my point. He's a great fighter, and you got that killer trainer in there, Robert Garcia.
Yeah, man. So you know, Anonymous like the top mod in the chat, man. He gonna pack you, man.
Hey, much love. You know who got the intelligence? Who got the intelligence? I'm gonna always win.
Mastermind.
Hey, they be lying on Mastermind, Mazuma. That's why them. That's why them the hospitals stay full and the news stay exciting because they be lying on Mastermind. Don't lie on the real one because I'm gonna use your fakeness against you. Everybody lose against me, man, because they be lying. Everything be a lie. I be like, oh, so you talking about me because you trying to get the story off of you. Let's talk about who you really are. That's how I kill them every time. Every time, Mazuma. All in the bedroom with Diddy taking pictures and shit. Look at him.
Who?
Them people that be lying on me.
They be with Diddy?
Man, check it out. If you a superstar, right? If you a superstar, why do you think people lie? Have you been lied on before?
Yes.
Why do you think they lied? Because of what they doing. Imagine what the person. So if they lied on you and said you was doing some shit you wasn't doing, imagine what they really be doing, and you ain't even thinking about them.
That part.
That's what I'm talking about. But Floyd Money Mayweather, a creep, a bastard, but he could box. But he's a terrible friend. He would smash your wife. He would smash your daughter if she's of age. He's not a man of character.
You would smash Floyd? You would smash Floyd?
I said, what?
No, I was asking my girl. She on the other side of this laptop. She said, "Who's Floyd?"
Oh, that's good.
Who's Floyd? She don't give a fuck about none of this boxing.
Yeah, he gonna be like, hey, Floyd the type of dude be like, hey, baby, you ever had a Birkin bag? Anybody bought you a Birkin bag before? He got weak game like that. like real couples that's in love, he despises that. That's what happened with his best friend. His best friend committed suicide before murdering his wife on FaceTime with Money Mayweather. This is real story. They were just talking like we, and hey, man, I can't take it no more, Floyd. I got to go. He dodged a bullet. That could have been Floyd. If he that murderous, he lucky he didn't find his ass and take him out. That's his best friend, Mazuma. I see you over there quiet. Are you scared to speak on this controversial matter?
No, I know. I just didn't know that you knew that. I know
everything.
You talking about Earl Hayes?
That was his name.
Yeah.
He was before that incident.
I heard he did that for a different reason, but I ain't gonna speak on it. I heard
you know the reason,
but I heard something was definitely going on.
Hold on. We got testimony from Money Mayweather. His mouth talking. Yeah, he tried to put it on Trey Songz. Don't. Hey. He implicated himself. Yeah, remain silent, nigga. You had the right to remain silent, Money Mayweather. But you went in your mouth. Guilty conscience, nigga. What you talking about, Trey Songz? Yeah. We put you all on front today. Hey, we get famous off this one. We going viral with this one. Niggas don't want the truth. Motherfucker. Hey, I had a motherfuckers. Hey, we got to take that guy out. Who's Mastermind? Put a bag on his head. Lame ass nigga. You would kill me, but you ain't kill a motherfucker. Locked your ass up. Crying out 90 days. Let me out of here, B. Let me out, B.
You know how they gonna catch you, Mastermind? You know how they gonna get you?
What's that?
They gonna you know how like they leave like, you know, when they want to catch like an animal or some shit, they leave like a little pathway of like food and shit, and they just follow the whole path. They gonna do that with you, but with dog food.
Hey, they can't fuck with me. You gotta understand. When your ass is allergic to fentanyl, you a beast. Nigga, you talking about fentanyl can't even kill a nigga. Hey, Mazuma, I said, give me that fentanyl. Where is that? Where is that?
Yo.
Hey, I called out fentanyl. I'm the first nigga to call out fentanyl. Where that motherfucker at? I want that shit. Nigga. I put it in between my big toe. My first hit, I said, I ain't gonna put it in my vein. I put it in
What the fuck is going on?
Yes, sir. Listen, don't be shit. I mean, this for not for. I'm not recommending this for non-drug users. I'm just talking about for drug users. If you in it, Mazuma, be in it to win it. I didn't start using drugs to go to rehab, nigga.
Yo,
Mazuma, I ain't start doing drugs to go to rehab. You feel me? I'm in this shit. I'm gonna be the best drug addict of all time. Charlie Sheen ain't got nothing on me. You hear me?
What you mean you allergic to fentanyl? What are you talking
about? Give me that shit. I want this shit. When you say, you know us, when we fuck with the dog, you looking for the shit people OD on, right? So if a person OD, I want that. If that ain't killing me, cuz, I must be motherfucking super. Hey, I feel like Superman. Just think, if your uncle just died off of OD of heroin, and I take the same shit he took, and I don't die, what the fuck that make me? The equalizer. John Wick.
Yo. This nigga crazy. Yo.
Yeah. It's like a boxing match. It's Mastermind against fentanyl.
You dead serious?
Yeah, man, you got, listen. They tell us to say no drugs for a reason. Because listen, once you take that first hit of drugs, and I'm talking about any drug, I'm talking about, like you said, alcohol, that's a deadly drug. Cocaine, deadly. If you try any of those, I'm trying all of them. I want dog food, heroin, and smack all in one whop. You hear me? Give me all of them. I want the dog food, the smack, and the heroin mixed in the one. You feel me? But you just gotta be careful. Just put the fentanyl. I'm just talking about, this is just me. I put the fentanyl between my toes. It's too far from my heart. If I probably took it up high in the veins and the arms, you know what I'm saying? I like to come to this one, but I don't put the fentanyl in it. That might take me out. But the feeling I'm trying to tell you is, it's like you can't die. Look how old I am. Look at them grades, man. If you was doing the shit I was doing, you would have been dead 2 years ago. You feel me? It's like I'm a fucking walking miracle. You know what I'm saying? And then you ask yourself, look at Roy Jones. Look at Roy Jones, right? This nigga done been knocked out 34 times, right? Still talk. Just as good as he did in 92. What's your thought? He like me. He just like me, taking all them drugs that ain't affecting me. They be like,
Damian P said, you smoke crack, don't you?
My principal said that to me. He tried to say that to me. I said, nigga, you got that off lean on me. Shut up. My principal said the same shit to me after the movie. I said, that shit corny as hell. Hell yeah, I smoke crack. Where is that? Shit. Give a fuck about smoking no damn crack.
Your principal, how old was you?
Man, about 14, 15. When I started with crack, probably about, real young, about when I went to Georgia down in Decatur. But that crack, man, it's cool, but you don't get sick like that heroin. That dog, see, dog is good because you have to have it, Mazuma. See, I like doing dog because it helps you get money. You see what I'm saying? If I don't have smack, I start foaming and shit. You know what I mean? So it helps you. So you got to go out there and get paper to feed your habit. So it does teach you how to hustle real good. And I'm not a criminal, so I know, it's too much internet out here. I ain't got to.
You ain't a criminal, nigga. You was a dope fiend.
Yeah, that's different. Hey, I'm in America. We have freedom of choice, sir. I'm not hurting anybody. This is my body. God gave it to me, sir. It's not illegal to use drugs. It's illegal to sell them, sir.
Yo, man, I'm going to holler at you, baby. You have a great night, bro.
I appreciate. Hey, we going viral with this. We probably go world star with this shit, man. I appreciate your platform, brother. Man, you made me famous tonight, man. Hell yeah. God bless your family, man. Forever.
God bless you, Mastermind.
I appreciate you.
Wow. Anyways. How do we even go back to boxing after that? Like, how do we even do that? That is insane. Terrence Smith said, ain't no way you surprised he was on drugs. Terrence. My fault, y'all. I pressed the back button on his laptop. Terry Smith. You say ain't no way you surprised he was on drugs. Terrence, out of Mastermind done been on the channel for like a year and a half. He never, ever spoke about being on drugs. Never. I just thought like he was just like this little cuckoo ass boxing fan that just like to talk boxing sometimes. That's what I thought. But the last time he came on the live, he started talking about, I don't know how it came up, but he was talking about being on drugs. And I was like, since when? Then he started like being real into detail about the shit. And that shit caught me off guard because I thought he was joking. But god damn, because I know crazy niggas like Mastermind and they sober just like me. Dangerous Desire Bully said, I spoke with him many times and didn't know. See? He just seemed like one of them cuckoo old heads. Ghost 787 in the building. Hopefully he can steer the conversation back to boxing. He says, Mazuma, what are your thoughts on Xander basically saying what Boo said to the people to let Boos get used to the weight because it is natural to do so because everything is different? I mean, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time, but people take that as me wanting Boots to avoid the top competition. That's not the case. I want to see Boots get in the ring with all of the top guys. I want to see him in there with all the champions, Bach, Rimworth, Zaliev. I want to see him in there with, Sebastian Fundora. If Xander Zaya is still around, if Terrence Crawford comes back into the division, Virgil Ortiz, bro, it's a lot of fucking smoke there, and I want to see Boots make it to the top of that throne. Jermell Charlo, whenever he felt like, getting back in the square circle. I want to see Boots take on the best competition possible while he there. And I genuinely believe that he has the potential to beat all of those guys. But at the same time, when we've looked at history and looked at what other fighters done before going into when moving up a division, seeing what guys do before, and they be like, oh, well, Terrence Crawford, he moved up to 47 and he fought Jeff Horn right away. First of all, Jeff Horn was the weakest link in that. Everybody wanted to smoke with Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? So Terrence Crawford took that opportunity to take that belt off him, for one. Two, Bud already had experience moving up in weight. So him moving up and facing the champion at 47, it wasn't that big of a deal for him, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? This is Boots' first time. Getting into a new division. It's a totally different situation. Xander done said it himself, and he got experience going from 47 to 54. Xander has experience going from 40 to 47 to 54, and in due time, the nigga's going to be at 160. So he knows all about moving up in weight classes and what it takes to acclimate to the division. You see what I'm saying? So I actually agree with Xander. Let him get his feet wet in the division before he start making these moves. Because you know what would possibly happen? Let's say a Boost goes right up into the smoke and he comes up short, he has a bad performance, whatever the case is. They'll be like, he jumped, man, he should have took some tune-up fights before he fought them guys, man. He should have got acclimated to the division. He was too small, blah, blah. It's like people always going to have something to say regardless of whatever move is made. Boost take a tune-up or he ducking the top competition. If he fight the top competition and beat him or whatever the case is, not the best performance, he should have took a couple fights before fighting these guys. It's always the narrative always changes whenever whenever a situation happens. Did Virgil actually say that Boots is ducking? Did he actually say that? He might have. I just don't recall him saying it. Let me see something real quick. Mastermind in the building. That boy is crazy. crazy for Virgil to say that, because I remember when they was both at 47, right? Boots was talking about we can make that fight happen next. Virgil was talking about, yeah, we're gonna make the fight happen, but it's gonna be when we're up there. That's crazy. And according to Eddie Hearn, Boots was looking to make that fight with Virgil in August. Virgil had a hand injury; he couldn't attend to the fight. So to say that motherfucker's ducking you when he's been open to fighting you on multiple occasions, that's crazy to me. And there's not, and Virgil can't even. He need to shut the fuck up, because in all honesty, you know, when he moved up to 54, he ain't go straight into the smoke. Stop it. One of your tune-ups at 54 was Boots leftover. So what is we even talking about? Terrence Smith said Virgil didn't say it verbatim, but he's insinuated it for sure. Crazy, bro. This shit gonna age terribly. Watch, this shit is gonna age terribly for these motherfuckers, bro. Boots gonna step on somebody you love, and you gonna find an even crazier reason to hate him. That shit gonna be hilarious to me. But yeah, I mean, let's get into some open boxing topics before we wrap up for the day, man. We've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes and some change. You feel what I mean? Y'all definitely need to hit the like button, get the likes up, More than Aaliyah versus Lubin will head to purse bid. Really? That's nice. I like it. Terrence Smith said he gonna beat the fuck out of Virgil. I can't wait. Man, he gonna light Virgil up, bro. I'm telling you. He gonna punish Virgil. I don't think he'll put Virgil out like on some one-shot type shit, but I think he gonna beat him down bad, bro. Boots jab. I'm telling you, Boots jab with the speed and the athleticism. Let me see. Hold on. Then I'm like, Boots gonna come out to that song. Oh my God, what happened to Virgil? Oh my God, what happened to Virgil? That's gonna be a bad job. Let me see. The boy Anonymous says, what you think about Keyshawn taking a year off? Is that what he said? If that's the case, I'm in full support of it. He need to go sit his ass down somewhere and think about what he did and realize that the people that he got behind him is looking for his best interest, and he need to stop biting the hand that feeds him and stop taking these opportunities for granted, because a lot of people would love to be in your position, and what you're doing right now is fucking your situation up for you and your child. You know what I'm saying? You need to man the fuck up, get the fuck out of your feelings. If you have some mental health issues, you got the money and the resources necessary to treat them. You know what I mean? Look after yourself, care for yourself, recognize that the situation you in is very, very significant. I wouldn't say significant. What I'm gonna say is you're in a very prosperous position. You know what I mean? And there's people that train their whole lives for that one opportunity you got and never come across it. So you need to understand that you're blessed. You need to understand that, you know, you have all the potential in the world to create generational wealth for you and your family. So you need to act as such, man. You in a time in boxing right now where we got this motherfucking Arabian dude that's giving out life-changing money just to put on a pair of gloves and perform in front of the world. And Keyshawn is very talented. If I was to say he was trash, that'd be a lie. You know, Tito Mercado could say that because that's his possible competitor. But me personally, as somebody who analyzes boxing and, you know, tries to stay as objective as possible, Keyshawn is very talented. And regardless of what people say, he won a world title. Wasn't able to defend it, but he won a world title. So that speaks volumes to how far he could possibly go in the sport, because he's accomplished the ultimate achievement in boxing. So with that being known, Keyshawn need that time off. I think he needs time to reflect on the mistakes that he's made. He needs to understand that what he did was actually wrong, And he can't afford to have too many more slip-ups like that, because I'm sure Top Rank on his ass about that. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing you want to do is be on, Top Rank's bad. You don't want to be on Top Rank shit list, especially when you're in the middle of a contract with them, because they ain't gonna have no problem sitting your ass down and sitting you down for longer than a year. You know what I'm saying? So, if Keyshawn taking a whole year off, he needs to spend that time working on himself, understanding why he is the way he is and what he needs to do later on, what he needs to do now to control what he does later on. Let's see. Boost chin is titanium. Yeah, niggas punching at 54, but they 10-ounce gloves. Hey, man. Boost definitely going to have to... Boost do get a little bit reckless on defense at times, especially when he feel like he got a fighter. And, like, he's super confident in his reflexes and his overall ability to take a shot. But, he know this quote fully. And the best chins are the ones that don't get touched. And the less your chin get hit, the longer you last in the sport. So he needs to move as if he believes that quote. He also apologized to Tim Bradley because they went at it in the fighter meeting. I don't think he needed to apologize to Tim Bradley. He a wish-washy ass nigga anyway. You know what I mean? Always bragging about being a Hall of Famer, but always looking dirty. You know what I mean? This motherfucker old as hell, still ain't got no full beard, no solid facial hair whatsoever. It's like it look like facial hair just don't want nothing to do with his round ass face, round ass head. You feel me? That nigga head look like a caramel popcorn kernel. Fuck Tim Bradley. Fuck the shit storm. Definitely got mustard eyes. He need to go do a detox real quick. Get them parasites up out his system. Them motherfucking Popeyes biscuits been fucking his bloodstream up. You know what I mean? Fuck Tim Bradley. Great fighter. Company man / sellout / coon. I knew he ain't stand on shit when Ryan Garcia went on that racist rant. So my man, y'all be letting words get to y'all, man. Y'all give too much power into words, man. He can't say anything that offend me. Then we got this big eyed nigga with that motherfucking Taco Tuesday hat on his head talking about, one thing I know is I ain't no nigga. I'm like, bro, all I know is I ain't no nigga. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker right here, bro, special type of coon. Fuck you just do that for? Beat you up, man. Oh, disrupting my life. Yeah, I remember that motherfucker whole biz said that shit. Motherfucker whole biz, I ain't a nigga. Them big ass, I ain't a nigga. I'm like, bro, that's the route you taking. Niggas be scared to address certain issues, so they try to be all technical. Well, I know I ain't a nigga. Like, yo, that nigga showbiz gay. No, I ain't the only showbiz around here. I ain't the only showbiz around here. Try to be all technical. Man, you's a hoe, nigga. Shut up. This nigga turned. He said Tim Bradley looked like an evil black jelly bean. Nigga said an evil black jelly bean. Why you gotta be all that? Evil black jelly bean. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life. That's fucking hilarious. Why your name Showbiz the adult? Right. Like the fuck. I remember saying that shit too. Like, nigga, the adult. Like, I hope you a fucking adult. Fuck out of here. Chameleon eye having ass nigga. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love as always. If y'all can go ahead and hit the like button, that'll be very much appreciated. We got into some boxing talk. We got a little bit off the rails, you know what I'm saying? But as the big fights come, we're gonna stay on topic. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all have not checked out my Tito Mercado interview, please go check it out. You know what I mean? If y'all want to go ahead and put the link in the chat one last time, like Anonymous did earlier today, that'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to the nation and the mob. We on the road to 4K, and we well into the 3,100 mark. About to hit that 3,200 mark in due time. You see what I mean? I'll be back at y'all with another live, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, mañana, to continue discussing what's going on in the boxing world, man. Until then, I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.